catch all that? Any questions? Let's rewind. Okay, each of these things that you see coming along the list right here are things that we are going to be discussing, at least in a little bit of detail, as we review place value. You've got digits, periods, place, value, number line, standard form, expanded form, word form, greater than, less than, and equal to. There. Now that I've listed each and every one of them, you good? Any questions? Just kidding. Let's get to it. Hi guys, and welcome to Mini-Me as I teach you about all of those different words that ran down our list. I guess they were right there. Okay, so digits was the first of those, and a digit is simply every individual number within a larger number. So this number, 7,453,021, has 7 digits in it. I can count. The 7 is a digit. The 7 is a digit. The 4 is a digit. The 5 is a digit. The 3 is a digit. The 0 is a digit. The 2 is a digit. And the 1 is a digit. Every individual number within a larger number is a digit. When you group those digits together, we have what are known as periods. Each period within a number is separated by the commas. So you see those larger numbers with the commas separating them. You have the 21 is in the ones period. 453 is in the thousands period. That's how we know that is 453,000. And the 7 is in the millions period. Okay, so each group of numbers represents what we call a period. The next thing we want to talk about is place, because within each of those periods, those digits hold a place. Now I've got them broken down here for you. The 1 is in the ones place. The 2 is in the place. There's a 0 in the hundreds place. A 3 in the thousands, a 5 in the 10,000s, a 4 in the 100,000s. Now notice each of those, thousands, 10,000s, 100,000s, have that thousands from the period in its name. And then you have, of course, the millions place. Okay, so 7 millions, 400,000s, 5 thousands, 3 thousands, 0 hundreds, 2 tens, and 1 1. Reading those numbers that way leads us right into the next thing. Boom, value. Okay, each of those numbers has a value. If I have a 1 in the ones place, that 1 is worth 1. A 2 in the tens place is worth 2 tens. 10, 20. A 0 in the hundreds is worth nothing. Okay, keep that in mind. That 0 has a value of 0 even though it is in the hundreds place. 3,000s would be 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. 5 10,000s would be 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, 50,000. 400,000s would be 400,000, and 7 millions would be worth 7 million. This is important to us as we move on to the next idea. First off, let's talk about the fact that this number right here, that number is written in standard form. 7,453,021 is what we call standard form. That just means that's the way we normally picture the number when we think about it. Okay, but beyond that, there are 2 other forms that you need to make sure you are familiar with. Standard form is right there. 7,453,021. This is where value becomes super important when we start talking about expanded form, because I know that 7 is 7 million. So if you look down there, I have a 7 million. I know that the 4 is 400,000. I know that the 5 is 50,000, and the 3 is 3,000, and the 2 is 20, and the 1 is 1. When I expand this number, I break all of those places into their value, and I show them added together. That creates a number. If I were to add together 7 million plus 400,000 plus 50,000 plus 3,000 plus 20 plus 1, my answer would be the standard form, 7,453,021. That takes us to word form, 7,453,021, right down there. Okay, 7,453,021. When we talk about word form, we're talking about spelling out the words we are saying. Rather than writing a 7 or the number 7 million, I write out the words 7 million. Rather than 453 or 400 plus 50,000 plus 3,000, I write out the words 453,000. 1,000. Okay, that period is all grouped together. I don't have to say 400,000, 50,000, 3,000. I do the 453 and then group it together with that period of 1,000. And then 21. Now notice in both my, right here, okay, right here, or if I, right there, okay, right there, there is nothing in the hundreds. Okay, if I'm expanding it out, I don't have to put 0 hundredths because that just means nothing. Or down in my word form, you notice I don't have 0,121. It's just 21. If I have a 0 somewhere in my number, I don't have to expand that out. I just have to know that that 0 is holding a place where there is nothing, there is no value in that place. Just a brief touch on a number line. The number line is the infinite going in both directions because numbers go forever in both directions. A list of all of the numbers in order. Now we place our numbers on that number line based on whatever, or where they are on the line. So if you notice my 7 million, I always get confused here. This one, 7,453,021 is going to come in between the 7 million and the 8 million. It's not going to become between 5 and 6 because 7 is greater than 6. So it's going to come between the 7 and the 8. And then it's about halfway, a little bit less than halfway. I didn't actually measure. I just kind of put the boop dot. But 7,453,021, I have placed that dot on that number line in between the 7 and the 8, about halfway. The number line is just the line that represents all of the numbers in order. That's what's most important about a number line, is they are in order. Okay, did you get that? The numbers on the number line are in order. Okay, in numerical order from least to greatest. This takes us to comparing numbers. This is the last kind of thing we're going to talk about here. The first things you need to be familiar with, there we go, are those three: greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, less than, equal to. Be familiar with those words, be familiar with those symbols. Remember that when we are comparing numbers, the alligator, wants to eat the bigger number. Now I have two numbers listed up above, 7,453,021 and 7,453,221. Now we want to look at them place by place. You want to compare the same place. I don't want to compare my 7 million to my 400,000 and say, well, 7 million is 7's bigger than 4. You need to make sure you compare the same place. My 1 place, they both have a 1. My tens place, they both have a 2. My hundreds place, one has a 0, one has a 2. What's greater, 0 or 2? The 2 is greater. This tells us that 7,453,021 is less than 7,453,221. I'm going to scroll for you that list one last time, play a little bit of jive music, and we're going to make our way out. Remember, if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Email, phone call, whatever. I am here for you. You've got a digital copy of the assignment, or if you're working out of the packet, you have the paper form. Please to enjoy. I heart you all. Here's your list. Goodbye.